Hi, I'm Dempsey Pawat, and this week I'm reviewing Ant-Man and the Wasp was directed by Peyton Reed and stars Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly. This film features some familiar faces from the first film, such as Michael Peña, Bobby Cannavale, and Judy Greer. However, there are some new faces in it as well, such as Walton Goggins, Laurence Fishburne, and Michelle Pfeiffer. This film follows Paul Rudd as Scott Lang once again after the events of Captain America Civil War as he tries to go back to having a normal life. But before long, he finds himself entangled with Hank Pym and Hope Van Dyne as they try and devise a plan to bring back Janet Van Dyne, or the original Wasp, from the quantum realm. Now, there's a lot more that happens in the film, but for the sake of spoiling anything, that's all I'm going to say. Now, this film is a lot smaller than the previous one, and that's for good measure. A lot of the characters in this movie are still dealing with events from before. Scott is just trying to do right by his daughter, Hank is just looking for his wife, and Hope's still trying to forgive Scott for being a jerk, and she's also trying to establish herself as an equal. Even with the stakes being smaller, the film still manages to be a lot of fun. And I'm not just talking about action sequences, I'm talking about humor as well. Now, Michael Peña once again steals the show as Luis in this film, and true story, I literally felt a vein pop in my neck during the film because he just made me laugh so hard. There's this one sequence that I'm referencing in particular in this movie where he just literally had me crying laughing. Guys, he is so funny in this movie. I would attribute 50% of overall humor in this film to him. And Marvel, if by any chance you're watching this or you happen to see this video, please, please, please put Luis with the Avengers. I think the fans would love it. One of my only problems with this film was honestly the pacing. For the first half of the film, it felt like things were just moving way too quickly. But eventually the film found its footing. Another thing I didn't really like about this film was the fact that there was way too much exposition, especially for a sequel. Now, the first film had a lot of exposition, but that's to be expected because the first film was an origin story, and a lot of that stuff needed to be explained. However, in this one, it feels like they're just explaining things that don't really need to be explained at all. While this film isn't the best film in the MCU, I would say that it's on par with its predecessor, especially in terms of quality. Now, this film is much more funnier than the first one. I just want to emphasize that because it is. There's a lot more fun to be had with this one. But also, Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, and Michael Douglas are a lot more comfortable with their characters. And as a fan of not only the MCU, but of these characters in particular, Ant-Man just happens to be like one of my favorite comic book characters, if not the favorite comic book character for me of all time. I did appreciate that, and I really did enjoy watching them, really step up to the plate and really become these guys in this film. And while I would love to see Ant-Man and the Wasp face some bigger challenges, and I hope they do if there is a third one, I did still really enjoy this. And I will say once again, I think it's a lot of fun, and I definitely recommend for you to go check it out. And for that, I'm going to give Ant-Man and the Wasp 4 stars.
It's like super legit, and whatever's in it, it's gotta be good.
Please, please, please go check this film out. It is the last Marvel Cinematic Universe movie until March of next year. And for those of you wondering whether or not it answers any questions that were raised in Infinity War, there's something after the credits for you. And that's all I'm going to say on that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like this video, hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, I would ask that you please subscribe. I post new videos weekly. And for those of you guys who have been anxiously waiting, my TV show season review, it is coming this week. I'm not going to tell you what day, I'm just going to drop it. I'm going to drop it like a hot Beyonce album. Yeah, that's right, I said it. It's going to happen. So just stay tuned for that. But yeah, be on the lookout for it, guys. I put a lot of work into it, and I really do hope you like it. If you guys want to follow me on any of my social media, such as Twitter, Instagram, MySpace. I know I ran that joke last time, but seriously, if you want to follow me on any of my social media, I'll put the links in the description box. Also, for those of you guys who want to follow me on Stardust, I'll put the link in the description box below as well. And for those of you guys who don't know what Stardust is, it's an app where you can literally review movies and TV shows yourself. It takes less than 30 seconds to sign up and another 30 seconds to post your first review. That's right, they're very short reviews, but they're all cool, they're all creative, and it's a really cool community. I highly recommend you go check it out. But yeah, thank you so much again for taking the time out of your day to view this video. It does really mean the world to me, and I really do love doing it. So until we can do it again next time, I'm Dempsey Pilat. Take care.